Let's talk about why disorder leads to more disorder and even crime. Let me tell you a story. So the other day I was talking to a friend in a common area here in a place that we have in my college. And the day before, there was an email about how this place was going to be closed because it was very dirty and there was a lot of trash around. It was a mess. My friend was confused and he was like, why is this? Why couldn't people just pick up their stuff and put it in the trash? Hey, there's a trash can just right there. Why couldn't people just put it in the trash? And I told him, probably at some point, someday, someone just left some trash lying around, didn't pick it up. The next day, someone saw it, and then disorder started to grow more and more and more to the point where it's now a completely mess. So I told him, this is known as the broken glass theory. So let me tell you more about this and why it's so interesting, because it leads to many interesting things of human behavior. So many decades ago, a psychologist from Stanford, Philip Zimbardo, he decided to run an experiment. This philosopher is also known for the Stanford experiment. So this professor, he decided to do an experiment. So he decided to take two cars and put one car in one of the most dangerous and poorest neighborhoods in New York, and the other car he decided to locate it in a upper class neighborhood in Palo Alto, California. And what he did to both cars was that they left their hood up. The first car in New York, it was completely vandalized. It was completely destroyed immediately. The car in Palo Alto, which also had the hood up, nothing happened for a week and nothing really happened. So he decided to do something. So he decided to, again, have the two cars and do something now. Instead of just having the hood up and car perfectly well, so what he decided to do was break the window. And what he realized and found out was that the car in Palo Alto was destroyed and vandalized exactly as the car in the poorest neighborhood in New York. This is interesting because it talks about the idea of how when things, places, and objects look like no one is taking care of them or no one cares about them, that creates more disorder, because if I see that people don't care about a certain place, then it's dirty, it's messy, I am more likely to increase the messiness of this place. Because why? Because it's easier to just put trash around and not really care. How is this called again? It's called the broken glass theory. It comes from these two car experiments. And again, it is so important to understand because this can help us create sustainable communities where we have law, peace, and order. In this example, of the example that my friend and I were talking about, is that if this commonplace in my college was properly clean and properly taken care of, that place would probably would have stayed that way. But since one day someone decided to put trash on it, then it's more likely that people will keep increasing the messiness of the place. So the bottom line is that if you want to keep peace and order and law, make things look like people care about them. So that way, it's less likely that there will be messiness and destruction around this areas. And most importantly, to have a society that is peaceful and sustainable. So thank you so much.